Yo, we're back. Let's get rid of this countdown timer. Starting a little early. Welcome back, everybody. Everyone's finding their way back to the live stream. 120 watching. Welcome, guys. Good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button for the new stream. Jump in Discord, links pinned to the chat. I'm going to put our chart up after the stream. You can view it 24/7. We have live streams there, educational content, and most importantly, it's the best way to keep up with our live streams. All right, chills out of the way. Let's see. A lot going on, question mark. What do you guys think? I have a little poll going on. Please interact with the poll. Feel free to discuss in the chat, argue. I don't care. Keep it civil, guys. But it's good to have you back. What's up, Scotland? Samara Sausage Web Zombies. Hey, guys. How you guys doing? Good to have you, Andrew. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Really helps the stream gain visibility on the platform. Very important to the live streams. So today we have some stuff to talk about. Hopefully you guys caught me on BitBoys across the blockchain yesterday. I've been on there a few times and I didn't win yesterday. I won the time before, but it was my most enjoyed episode. A lot of fun. CryptoFace, Wendy-O, TJ Ben, had a great time. So yeah, hopefully you guys caught us there. A few things to go over that we talked about there. Hash rate, difficulty adjustment coming in. So I'm actually going to pull this up. I wanted to show this during the live stream yesterday, but I don't know, it just wasn't the right time. Didn't come up. So let's take a look at our retarget. At this moment, June 29th, about to be June 30th, the last day. Ooh, excuse me. The last day of Q2, right? We're moving into Q3. Difficulty retarget. Looking like it is still 3 to 4 days out. This is, you can't follow these literally because what happens, and you can see this even in the last few days, is you get these spikes and drops in hash rate, and that changes the retarget date. So what is the retarget date? Let's just go over this quick. Basically, this is an estimation based on how many blocks per minute are being mined, and that, of course, is supposed to be 10. We've seen some of the longest block times in Bitcoin history. Having a little people on edge here with that, I'm, for one, am not really worried. This is kind of, it is unusual, but so is the migration of China miners out of China. This is kind of a one-off deal. You know, this isn't, in my opinion, a long-lasting or a long-impacting event. Those miners are going to find somewhere else to go. Same way, with Bitcoin or crypto, you ban it, they just find somewhere else to go. So there are implications, though. This difficulty adjustment, there are implications here. I believe it's every 2016 blocks. I don't know why exactly that number. Satoshi, another mystery. As they're mined faster, sometimes these retarget dates speed up and happen. They're supposed to be about every 14 days. Sometimes when there's a lot of mining going on, it retargets faster. When there's not a lot of mining going on, sometimes it retargets slower. And what this is a built-in mechanism in Bitcoin's protocol, let's call it, to adapt to changing mining conditions. So when lots of miners are mining at once, difficulty goes up. When not as many comparatively miners are mining, difficulty goes down. And basically, this is creates a natural ebb and flow of mining profitability between different actors, different hardwares, whatever. And so what we're going to see here, potentially a 28% difficulty reduction. So that is scary sounding, but in reality, what does this do? Well, it says in about 3 or 4 days, mining is going to get 30% easier. I'm rounding there, which means 30% more profitable. So this will attract more miners. I would usually view this as bearish, hash rate dropping off, but because we have a literal reason, it's not even a market mechanic. It's, you know, a foreign actor, whatever, state, nation, kind of synthetically pushing mining off. I'm not really worried. I think what's going to be important here, though, is we're going to keep an eye. After this retargets, we're going to look at the next few retargets as well. We don't want to see this trend continue. That would not be good. It might suggest that there's not enough mining supply to meet the demand, question mark. But in that case anyway, we would just see difficulty continue to adjust down and reach an equilibrium. So if I don't have this pulled up, there we are. If we look at this really kind of seizure-inducing chart here, I've marked where the last difficulty adjustments have happened. If they're red, that means difficulty adjusted down. If they're green, it means difficulty adjusted up. And so we have, I don't even know how many, maybe 20 here up on the screen. And if you look at this, there's no clear pattern. There's no difficulty adjust down, price up, difficulty adjust up, price down, anything like that. But there is, I'd say there's a few notable examples here on the chart. So let's start with what's going on here. We have the next one plotted out. It may happen sooner or later, but roughly around July 3rd, let's say now. Let's move this over a day. And it is almost certainly going to be at a difficulty adjustment down. The last two or previous two difficulty adjustments were to the downside. That happened on the 29th of May and 13th of June. Really, price stagnated there. Not a lot happened in between. And, well, we don't have the next one yet. I guess we'll find out. But the notable ones I want to point out are up here. Let's look at these. April 15th, February 19th, and let's say January 10th. So this would be cherry picking if this was the only thing this applied to. However, if you go back and you look at Bitcoin bull run peaks, you'll see a similar pattern, and that is difficulty adjusts up and then price moves down. So we can somewhat have some confidence that this largest maybe difficulty adjustment down ever could have a positive impact on price. But again, there's no tight correlation. We did have our most recent difficulty adjustment up was on May 13th, and that's when we fell down to 30K. So I think there's an argument to be made that difficulty adjusting up isn't always great for price. We don't have necessarily perfect examples of difficulty adjusting down being good for price. Maybe right here in December 2020, we saw difficulty adjustment down, price shot up. 27th, price shot up until it adjusted back up, and we saw that little retracement in January. Now, the next two here don't really fit that pattern. Price climbed with difficulty, and so there isn't a tight correlation. However, I do want to put that idea out there that high prices, when we see difficulty adjusting up, we do occasionally expect to see price move to the downside. And so I think we can infer the opposite, that when difficulty adjusts down, price may move up. And today, we may have the first inklings of that on the horizon here. Not too much else to share on this chart. It is interesting. It's interesting. You know, the market has been majority bearish really since May. I think I'm actually just going to start a new chart. Here we go. Since May, and on today's candle, do you guys feel the energy difference? There's a little difference in energy. People are feeling a little better, a little more bullish. I don't like how sudden it is. We'll say that. I don't like how sudden everyone's kind of flipping. That does give me a little anxiety and a little doubt on this rally. But things are finally looking good, and even the chart is starting to look good. You know, we've been saying for weeks now, this chart looks like crap. Not much else to say about it, right? There's really no technical stuff going on that really would lead us to a bullish conclusion. And it's starting to maybe wane. Maybe we're starting to see some of those bullish arguments have some validity to them again here, especially depending on today and tomorrow's day, closes. So I've been long speculating since May, and honestly, I've been speculating about July for years of 2021. I will say it, you know, I'm not afraid. If I'm wrong, that's okay. And as we draw closer, it does seem as if maybe it's too much to ask, but I've been looking for 100K July 21st, 2021. We're pretty far away from there, right? That might be too much to ask, but I think what I'm going to take away from that is I had high hopes for July of this year, and I've been saying, at least for the last few weeks, June I expect to close higher. So here's where we're going to get into those most important price targets. Let me flip this onto the monthly. And when we zoom in here, we see that this buying today, and I guess actually the last few days, a little more significance to it than just some friendly green, right? A little bit. What we have here at 37,267 right here, this monthly candle turns green. So I've been saying for weeks, I think June, despite it looking terrible, I think we're going to see it close a little higher. I wasn't exactly predicting a green candle close, but I'll take it. We are seeing some buying into the close here with 1 day and 3 hours left, and prices within what, 3% of flipping this monthly green. That'd be a great start. Long bottom wick, green candle, that would be great. I would like to see that. So that price, that important price, 37,276. One more time. Turn June green, set us up for an explosive July. I think that we'll find out. We'll find out the next day, but that is not out of the realm of possibility. So there are some more important price targets here. We have the 2020 open at 28,990. We tested it in this quarterly candle. So the quarterly candle is coming to a close. It's not just a monthly close. It's a quarterly close. You only get 4 of these a year. And while they are not dependably bullish or bearish, we do tend to see if sentiment or if price is going to change. We do tend to see that on the quarterlies moving over. So we can see the last 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterlies before this, solid green candles, basically no wicks, very bullish. This candle, starting on April 1st, that's kind of when we started to see this weakness. Let's zoom this back to the daily. I'm going to throw this up here. Boom. There it is. Now you can argue, but we saw a higher high. Yeah, we did. It just wasn't a significant higher high. It went from 62 to 65. It's like 5%. So basically, I think we can say that Q2, we saw that shift. We saw the bullish quarterlies roll over, and then we saw this bearish quarterly. So if we are going to snap out of this downtrend, I think the most logical time to look for that is the start of the new quarter. July. Big hopes for July here. Back out to the quarterly again, and there's one more value here, and this value unlikely to be important the next day, though that would be phenomenal if it was. We see the quarterly close, the previous quarterly close and the current quarterly open at 58,000. So that's going to be a pivotal price, 58.8. Maybe a pivotal price into the next quarter, especially as I am expecting some upside. I mean, I'm still looking for 48.8. That's actually lower than 58.8. Whoa. That is likely to provide some kind of resistance, some kind of profit taking, but it's going to be on the way back up an important level. So I think those are really the ones in play right now. I think if we zoom into the daily, we can find maybe a few more here. We really want to close this daily candle with 2 hours and 45 minutes left above 34.7. That would close as a bullish engulfing candle. That would be a great setup to the last day of June and seeing a continued rally. So I think that that is actually very likely. Very likely. And on the weekly, one more level. Here we go. So we're actually going to have more levels than I planned on. Free and just winging it, as always. 35,585. So this is 5 days away. We'll actually see the quarterly close before we have a decision here on the chart for a weekly bullish engulfing candle. Right? Things can get exciting. This is a whole chain effect. Weekly resistance just under 40,000. So we have a pretty good map here. Yes, there's other levels in between involved. I'm still looking for that 20 weekly to be tested. Hasn't come yet. As we've been saying since we lost it, the longer it takes to backtest it, in my opinion, the more likely it is to break. What we do see, though, on the weekly here is that it is beginning to curl down the 20. I don't like that. I do think that that's suggesting that it's time to move it or lose it. You got to run up there. I can see two possibilities resulting. So even with a call of 48.8, some of you might be thinking, man, that's bullish. I'm not that bullish. It's not even a bullish or bearish call, honestly. We lost this major moving average on the weekly. We have not tested it. You can see this next weekly candle didn't even come close. We've tested some lows with large wicks. We saw some buying response. And then to see a move back up, this is the same thing we've been saying for weeks, but I always like to reiterate for the new folks here. We expect to see a back test of that 20. If we reject from there, you can then see kind of a greater head and shoulders pattern maybe emerging. That would be pretty ugly. But what I would like to see, let's get this good close today. Let's get the good close in June, and let's start off July right. And what I'd like to see is a move through the 20, back tested as support, and then move to the upside. Both of these are possible, but until we have that touch, until we have that test of 48.8 or 48, it's in the 48s. We just don't really have an indication. So it's really neither bullish nor bearish, this call. And some of you might be thinking, well, why do you think it's going to hit this 20? That's a pretty big price move to the upside. What reasoning? The reasoning is actually pretty simple. The 20 weekly, if you zoom out, and this is only Coinbase's chart, so we don't have a full history here, but it does apply to all of Bitcoin's history. You'll see this 20 weekly extremely important to price action. Every single time a bull run has ended, the 20 weekly has been lost, then back tested as resistance, rejected, and then we see a bearish period. So here's two examples on Coinbase. We see it at the start in March 2018, and we see it here on that awesome October candle in 2019. 20 was lost, back tested as resistance, and well, then we saw some crap. Same thing happened here in 2018. So it does apply back to previous cycles. You're welcome to look that up on BLX. I'm not going to do it right now, but it's consistent. We see it every single time, at least when we entered a significant bear market. We did see that 20 reject price, and we haven't yet. So easy call. It's not even based on indicators. Really, even technical analysis is just an observation. That's what tends to happen. It even looks right when we drew out that head and shoulders pattern. Just to drop from here would be really unusual of Bitcoin. You can see almost every large drop was precursed by a rally. You see that right here before the COVID crash in 2020. Almost nothing except for maybe right here, 2018, when we had this flat bottom around 6,000. Almost nothing trades sideways in Bitcoin, or we almost never see this, and then just drops. This is maybe the only example I can find on the entire chart. And something tells me that these two, well, they're just not that similar looking, right? This is a month or two. This was an entire year of trading sideways, lower highs, over and over and over again, grueling. The market was very different back then. So that's pretty much the explanation of that target and call that we're looking for. We have the setup on the daily. We have potentially the setup on the weekly, the monthly, possibly even looking to turn green before close and set us up for that quarterly. So there's some pretty great stuff going on. Pretty great stuff going on with the chart. We didn't have really anything until recently here. Today's candle might be changing the chart around, might be changing the outlook. So if you did watch that, Across the Blockchain the other day, you heard CryptoFace talking about Market Cipher on the 12-hour, and I felt like pulling it up because I think there is something here that's worth looking at. So I'm just going to make this big. The red cloudish looking things down here and these green clouds are showing us money flow. And so what we see is right about here on the 12-hour is when money flow flipped from positive to negative, meaning money no longer was flowing in and started flowing out. And so what is important here is on the 12-hour, we are seeing that money flow roll over. I can go into super technicals here. We saw a lower high here on our momentum oscillator. We saw a higher low on our VWAP, which is in my opinion a bullish signal, and we saw a higher high on our VWAP. So what we're looking for is momentum to stay. I don't even know what to call this. The shorter momentum average and the longer momentum average, we want to see them separate as they are right now, that's a good sign. And we want to see this momentum reach up and make a higher high versus June 15th here. And I mean, of course, we can wish all we want, but there's more to it. So the 12-hour is showing us some signs of rolling over. We have the money flow here, made a higher low and a lower high as it came down. And so that is pretty indicative, especially in a longer time frame, of rolling over. But this extends out more. So if we look at the 8-hour, we have the same setup. We have these momentum, the blue here. We have these shorter and longer moving averages of momentum still spread out. We have the same setup of a higher high on our VWAP and a lower high on our momentum leading into it. So the 12-hour and the 8-hour showing the same signal, looking to roll over. And we had none of this. We didn't have any of this before. This was all looking crappy for a very long time. Basically midway through April, all these money flows started rolling over, and now they're potentially all looking to roll back. So let's keep zooming in because this keeps working. That's what I like about it. 6-hour. So we were looking for on the 12, that higher momentum high. The 6-hour already has it. This is what I like, is as we're zooming in, we're not just seeing the same thing. We're seeing even more evidence that price is looking to do this. Oop. Whoa. What just happened there? Screw you. Stream Deck, you're not even working, and then you're gonna open up pages while I'm streaming. Rude. Very rude. Alright, I lost my train of thought. Lost my train of thought there. That was weird. That's a trade setup. Didn't even mean to show that. Alright, so as we zoom in, man, I lost it. I was on fire. You know how you can help me get back on track? Smash that like button if you haven't yet, and subscribe. Helps out a lot. We can get more likes. 120, we have almost 400 watching. Those are rookie numbers. We can do better. You guys are better than that. So 6-hour, we have the same signals, same rolling over, same higher lows on our money flow, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Now we look at the 4-hour, and we get exactly what we would have hoped. Exactly what we would have hoped. We see again that higher momentum high on this move up right now. 6-hour, 4-hour has actually already rolled over to positive money flow. VWAP is actually not looking super hot, and we are seeing this 4-hour pinch a little bit. That's what we're trying to or looking for not to happen on our 6, 8, and 12s. But it still is lining up and having similar signals as those longer time frames. And I like to see that. That's building a thesis for me. It's building an argument. I want to see this continue. I hope that 4-hour pinch here is actually a fake out, and that we do see a little more buying momentum either into the next 2.5 hours or possibly even into the first 4-hour candle of the last day of June. Let's look at 1 hour because I'm not really even sure. The 1 hour confirming kind of what we're saying here in positive money flow and our momentum nice and high. In fact, this peak is the highest momentum peak in a while. You can even just kind of blur your eyes. I know there's a lot going on here. Kind of blur your eyes and you can see just a flow. Can you see that flow? If we didn't have the longer time frames here agreeing with this, I wouldn't make this point. I wouldn't make this observation. But we do. Official order bring to front. There we go. You can kind of see it. Money flow is like actually staying positive. I do want to see the VWAP turn up. That does go back to what I was just saying about the next 4 hours or next 8 hours. But it is a confidence building. It is confidence building to see money potentially returning into the space. So here's the daily, and this is really what I want to see signal. So we haven't gotten the same signal yet. However, the daily hasn't shown us signs of losing momentum here yet. We have a higher VWAP high. That is excellent. It hasn't flattened out yet. It's still climbing. It still has potential room to the upside. Unfortunately, we don't have what we were looking at on the 12-hour. Really, this is too close for comfort for me. I want to see this money flow in the daily make a new higher low down here. So it needs to be higher than these two little bumps. Ideally, we want to see it even higher than these. So we want to see it move up like this. And that will be pretty much confirmation for me that the daily is looking to roll over. So it doesn't really matter what number it is, does it? But we want to see a new higher low put in on the daily here, and that will really wrap up the whole argument for me. It's really defined and clear when money started flowing out. If we zoom out, can see pretty much what the entire year money was flowing in. Come April, May, money started flowing out, rolled over, and hopefully we're seeing it roll back over here. That will be very bullish to see the daily roll back over. So I have some hope. Today is definitely building confidence. Definitely. Yeah, today is definitely building confidence. Nice to see everything move again. We are still in danger, though. We are not really out of the woods. You can see we do have locally a higher high, but we haven't broken our local high here on June 15th. That'd be about 42. I know a lot of people are looking at that number. That would be more of a confirmation. We are, we did talk about how the monthly may flip to green, how the weekly, pretty close to resistance, has a bunch of days to go. So in my opinion, right now, not the ideal time to enter. If you went into cash early, pat yourself on the back. This would not be the time I personally, well, in my opinion, would look to re-enter what I moved to cash. I would honestly be waiting. For this weekly to close, or at least trade above weekly resistance here at 39. And I would look possibly to play that breakout to that 48 level. Right here, you're really buying into resistance. It's just going to be a sketchier trade. No reason to take on that much risk. No reason. There we are. 36,685 daily resistance from June 10th and 11th, also back to 1st and 2nd of June. And even arguably the 19th and 20th daily candle closes there. So there is almost certainly some battle to be done in this range before things look super hunky-dory. But things are looking better. This is my long-winded explanation of things are looking better. We had nothing good on our chart, and now we potentially do. So things, have they changed? Not exactly. Not really. But at least we're starting to see the first potential signs of that. Let's get that. Let's get that 48. I want it. Let's get it. 618 retrace. Yeah. You wanted Bitcoin. I knows. All right. QQ 240. 424 watching. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We haven't been streaming as much because there really hasn't been anything to report on. There really hasn't. Now we have something, and the month is ending, quarter's ending, so I figured, we need to get back with it. Get back on the streaming train. If you just found our channel this month, you probably don't know. We do tend to stream more at the start of the month, typically the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, back-to-back streams daily. If the market's spicy, then we keep streaming. But when it's really quiet like this, man, I haven't had any time to myself since November or something of last year. I haven't taken any time off until this month or last month, and I've been enjoying the lull. When the market flips from bullish to bearish, everyone misses the bull market. And when the market flips from bearish to bullish, everyone misses the bear market. They miss the discounts. We're always missing whatever we don't have. And so I'm ready for more action again. And as soon as the action comes, I'm going to wish it was calm again, because I'll want to relax or whatever. Grass is always greener, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, I was hoping we get a little more power. A little more power here. What's our hourly doing? Thank you, Market Cipher. Market Cipher is a great indicator. I'm a fan of the cipher. Let's get rid of this. Hourly momentum rolling over. Oof, some bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Not what I wanted to see on RSI, but not on the 4 hour. Excellent. Excellent. 4 hour actually looks really good. This waning momentum candle here on the 4 hour we were just talking about how we want to see either this 4-hour pick up a little bit or the next one show some real power. And we can see that visually here as we had 2 candles of momentum on the buy side increasing, and now our current one waning back off again and potentially bearish engulfing. Not the end of the world. This isn't a complete chart. I don't know where my complete chart of daily... Maybe I'll try to find it. Daily supports and resistances are, but basically we've pushed up through and we haven't back tested any of them on the way as support really. So that wouldn't be mind blowing to see 35.58 tested, little support bounce. We might see even 33.3 down here. But if things are going to line up for that June close to be solid, I guess we really don't want to see those tested right now, do we? Let's see. I think this chart has most of them. That was from the last day, last stream, I think. Boom, 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 boom. How you guys feeling? It's hot as heck. I didn't swear. It's so freaking hot here, guys. I hope that your air conditioners are all blessed and working. I'm just gonna throw these up. Let's see. Because man, it is brutal. At least where I live, it's like 100 and something, 110. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of zones, levels here. And that's because we traded here for so long. In the last stream, we were looking for a Wyckoff distribution. Well, accumulation. There I go again. Still could be intact. You know, we haven't seen a lower low here, and we only saw a higher low. So that could fit that pattern. It is looking a lot. You know, I said this a while ago. It's just looking a lot like this. You know, we see these slightly higher highs, and then we see pull down. So what we're hoping for here is a higher high. We want to beat that 41 area, that June target, because we don't want to see this. Boom. Don't want to see that momentum kind of fading away and bears coming in. What might that look like? It already doesn't look like that. This already doesn't look like that. No. So that's good. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what we're looking for. So we, just as we had tons and tons, I don't have this up to date, but we had tons of levels here. Just it looked like a maze. It was hard to even look at the chart with all the daily levels here. We have that again down here. That's not necessarily a sign of reversal. In fact, that should be a sign of strength in the trend. But this is Bitcoin. We don't have rules. Bitcoin does what Bitcoin wants. It gives no Fs. You bend to Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't bend to you, right? Let me see. It looks like this inverted. It does. I stumbled through trying to explain that in the last stream. This looks so much. I'm gonna get rid of everything. This looks so much to me like the opposite of what we just saw. Saw high, slightly higher high, slightly higher high, and then just kind of lost momentum, right? This right here, to me, if you flip it upside down, looks very similar. So we have a high, and especially if you don't have the wicks on the candles, that might be cherry picking. But when you don't have wicks on here, it's like perfect. You have these highs, slightly higher highs, and then maybe that's when we see that momentum flip again. So to me, they look really similar. Really, really similar. But this is upside down, which would be good, because that would mean instead of breaking down, it might look to break up. And of course, that would put our eyes on the 48.8 target, the 20 weekly. And what happens there is really going to be indicative, in my opinion, of what the rest of the year has in store. I haven't lost faith. Bitcoin's being boring. Bitcoin does that. It's not always interesting. It's actually commonly really boring. It works. It gets people to quit. Sometimes price going up and down doesn't get people to quit, and boring is its only other tool, I suppose. Tool. Yeah. A little bullish divergence on our lows. And bearish divergence on our highs. Great. So indecision. Boring. What's going on? But I was not watching chat. I was in the zone. Let's see. What's... Cal J, I'm sorry, brother. Let me see what you said. Can I get your look in your trading view analysis on long-term frame trading view and add this after? Cal J, are you in the Discord? Because the easiest way would be to shoot it to me in a Discord message. Because I don't think it's going to let you. Best channel hands down. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Healthy rotation. Out of the corner into ETH. What's up, Sylv? How you doing, darling? Kira. Welcome, Kira. Kira is bearish. That's all right. Guys, I have been... Okay, I got you, Cal J. I'm just a fundamental Bitcoin bull. I don't claim that Bitcoin only moves up or anything like that. But you don't last as a bull. Invalid chart link. Womp. Oh wait, that's because it has chart X. Okay. You don't stick around in the crypto space. That didn't work either. Chart. Let's try it this way. Wait. Let's try it this way. That's why I was saying probably shoot me. Probably shoot it to me on Discord is the best way. You don't get to be a essentially perma bull in crypto without learning to hang in the bear's den. Like, it doesn't offend me. People think maybe they're like triggering me. Oh, this short is actually looking solid. If they're bearish, I don't care. You can't be in crypto for 4, 5, 6 years without getting really used to hearing dissenting opinions. You know what I mean? It's just part of the game. So I welcome everybody. Bring me what you got. If you think it's going to offend me, you're gonna have some problems. But bring it. Bring it, man. Analysis can go both ways, and I like it. So let's end this poll. I'm a bully? No, I'm not. What's up, Dur123? Can I tell Gavin you're accepting donations? I think he knows, brother. I think he knows. There we go. So 65. Here's what strikes me here. It doesn't matter what really the result is. What's up, Beardy Day? It doesn't really matter what the result is of these polls. I like putting them out there because it's just extra engagement, extra, I don't know, gets people talking, hopefully. Oh, man. Let's try this again. Gets people talking. But what I like more so than what the actual result is of the polls is the change. So we've been doing polls like this for a while. Few streams now. And we've seen these polls change sentiment. So I think in the last stream, it was about 50-50. I think the decider was like 1 or 2 votes or something. It was really close. And now the chat is leaning more towards bulls. I mean, same. But kind of the speed in which we've changed our minds is always anxiety causing to me. All right, let's see. So to me, it looks like you've used the time cycles here, and you've taken December 17th to March 9th, 2020. I wonder how many days that is. I'm sure you know, Cal J. This is Cal J's future prediction chart, I suppose. Let's see what I can take from it. So he's looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not a huge fan of Elliott Wave, but I just never see it work. But I get the idea. That might line up well with that 48.8. You're looking for another bottom. Let's see, that would project out. What's the March? Oh, that's a whole year later. So that's 15 months-ish, something like that. So that would be 15 months out from June 14th would be September-ish 2023. Then would imply our next bottom. Interesting. Target in the 2s, in the 2s-ish. I've done stuff like this. I actually have charts, old charts that look exactly like this. It's funny when you pull up old charts, you'll find how surprisingly on you were. Even, I don't know, Cal J, how long you've been charting, but like, I'm talking about my original old charts. I pulled them up like years later, and I'm like, wow, I somehow charted this correctly. I don't know. It's cool to see price action. So no touch top, more upside. We have pulled back from our RSI weekly highs here. Did not get to our little trend line. We didn't get really into the overbought territory like we would expect. From a bull run cycle top. I think actually what grabs my attention about RSI on the weekly here, if I can get this to zoom more, is right here. So this bump here, doesn't this look a lot like the 2019 bump right here? I think it does. I hope it doesn't play out the same way. But the 2019 bump was not a cycle high, so maybe that's suggesting neither is this. We'll have to see weekly RSI pick back up to confirm that. Let me see what else Cal J said. What did you say, brother? What did you say? Boom, boom. Silva's right. Bullish meaning I think Bitcoin long term will increase in value. Yes, that's what I mean by permabull. Lore Scylla, how you doing? Dud Khan, what's up, bros? Storm Kenny. Why did you rip your underwear? I had no idea what you were talking about, my friend. But if I did, I'm sorry. Adrosidia. Average IQ here is 200, though, so not a sample, is not representative of the whole population. I mean, I will agree. I don't think our viewers are your average retail investors. You know, average retail investor, not really focused on charts, not really focused on patterns, more focused on whatever they're experiencing emotionally at the time. So, I mean, I don't know if you were kind of like trolling, but I think there is some validity to that point. Cal J, I don't see... we need your commentary, Cal J. What do you think about your own chart? Where is he? I don't see him. I'll try to watch the chat there. This is actually one of our patron trade setups here. Didn't really mean to show it. It was just in the background, got pulled up. But yeah, it looks solid now. Just pulling the same shenanigans we pulled up here. See how it rolls. I'm hoping all of my short trade setups get stopped out. Litecoin having some hope. Cal J, where are you? Paging Cal J. Bueller. Where are you, buddy? Oh well. You only been trading 5 years and have this chart built for the past year. And I knew this week it would hit bottom weeks ago. Right on, man. Right on. Dude, Bitcoin is a fan of patterns. It is a fan of patterns even built into the code. And when I say patterns, I mean time-based patterns, date-based patterns. It's even built into the code. We were talking about difficulty adjustment earlier. That's every 14 days, right? Halving every 4 years. And of course that they fluctuate, but those events, I think we can logically say, create some kind of cycle. Even if we're not going to always be on a 4-year cycle, maybe we are, maybe we aren't. It's pretty visible. Pretty visible that Bitcoin is a big fan of dates. Big fan. What's up, Dirk Van Meer? How you doing, brother? Oh, right on, Cal J. Good call. I hope that is the bottom, right? I would love for the next bottom to be that September-ish 2023. I would like that. Beauty Day. When will I get my own theme song? I already have one. No, I don't. Oh, I guess I do. By Axel Boy. It's a jingle, though. It's not really a theme song. Maybe it is. Pauline Ho. Adoption helps. Dude, I'll say this with 100% certainty. What's happening with price and what's going on in the world with cryptocurrency don't line up. There's divergence there. Price not going up. Prices move down. Yet all of our wildest dreams are coming true in crypto. All of them. El Salvador, really the cherry on the cake, I think, even maybe the market's waiting for. is that ETF, the US ETF approval. The SEC needs to stop delaying these proposals. There are, I don't even know, like a dozen now. Before this year, there was only one ever, I think, filed by Van Eck. Something like that. Stephen K. 330. Comments on Crypto Faces 13K. Target. That's the logical target. To me, there's really only two logical targets below 20,000, below the previous high. And that's 13,860 and 17,100. Boom. They were both monthly resistances that we broke through and didn't backtest as support. So 13, yeah, I mean, that is the technical, that is like the untested monthly. On this channel, before Bitcoin broke, what was it, in September, October, we were saying we're looking for 17.1 to 13.8. Of course, we just ran through all of those, never came back to 13. So, I mean, if we're in the most bearish of situations, then yeah, I totally agree with that target. I just don't think we're in the most bearish of situations. I really don't. I truly do not. We have coins like Litecoin. I mean, Litecoin technically did break its all-time high, but arguably didn't. It was, it just kind of retested it. There are major coins that didn't even break their all-time highs. It's hard to digest that the run's over. I don't know. Everything going on in the world, it's just, yeah. I gotta see that 48.8. 48.8. Then we'll know. Well, then I'll know, or I'll be confident. Ian Ripper, what's up? Cruise Around. The only YouTuber that makes TA cool. All right. Ah, she doesn't think my voice is annoying. Nice. Nice. Mike, who else is here? Cal J, what were you saying, bro? Hold this chart and check it out in years' time. All right, I'll save it. I'll save it. I'll save it in the Discord. I'll put it in the Discord, and it will be forever memorialized there. TA room. Boom. There it is. Now it'll be there forever. Forever. Let's go. Streaming. Man, we've only been streaming for 39 minutes. It feels like we've been streaming for like 2 hours. I think it's because I really densely packed in content. Really did. I really burned the candle. No, here's what I want to do now. It says we don't have any, I don't know, we had any requests, right, for charts? I don't think so. Ah, welcome Mad582, Crypto Sammy, Mequapixel, S50, Nelson Perez, Lord Kixon, can't pronounce that, Sandeep Pawar, Lit Dog, and Muddit Dixit. Thanks for subscribing, guys. You guys rock. Great to have you in our fam. Appreciate your subscribes. We are going to be live a lot. We might even go live tomorrow. If we get that close that we're looking for, we'll probably be live tomorrow, and then the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, etc. So good thing you subscribe. Make sure you're in Discord. YouTube always shadow banning us constantly, and so the best way to keep up with the streams is going to be in that Discord. You always get the notification. So what's up, Pishta? Long time, man. 808 Hawk, dude. Some good names here today. Here's what I want to do. To decide the next coin we look at, we're going to have the spam off. It's your guys' favorite things. You guys love the spam offs. It's okay. You're allowed to. You're allowed to love the spam offs. So we're going to have a spam off, and then the winners, we're going to do a poll. So if you want to see a coin, your favorite coin, start spamming it. Spam it, the ticker in the chat. We're going to give it 1 minute. 1 minute of spams to decide our top like 5, 4. I forget how many poll options we can have. Let's bring this back up. Why did it not start? There we go. Spam badam 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 badams. There it is. Spam away. All we have is Doge. There's a little delay. Doge and Link. Those are the only ones we got so far. BitBro. What's up, bro, baby? Brew baby. Matic. Doge, ICX. Crow. Link. Doge, Link, ICX. We got some contesters already. Next chart. So I see some ETHs, I see links, I see Doges, I see ICXs. Link. Man, what's good? Is Link doing something? Because we have not had requests for Link in forever. What's going on? It must be moving. I hope Link wins. It's not up to me, though. What's up, Benna Jones? Thanks for subscribing, brother. All right, time's up. Ask the community. Boom, polls out, vote. This is the most fair way I can come up with. Also, I'm pretty sure that the polls kind of trick YouTube into thinking our streams are more active, more engaged. That's technically true. You guys are voting and stuff. You're more engaged, right? All right, let's give it a minute while I mess with the stream. I don't know what it's doing. There we go. Bitcoin Live showing up for number 2. Bitcoin Live stream number 2. BTC Live stream number 1. BTC Live number 1. And Tom Crown number 1. Right on. All right, give it just a little bit. All right. 180 viewing. Make sure you vote in the poll here for the next coin. Link is currently dominating, but there's only 80 votes with 500 viewing. There's no winner yet. We'll give it like 30 more seconds. Like 30 more seconds to get these votes in. After you voted, make sure you've liked the stream if you haven't yet, and subscribe. You got time. Avesma, what's my mic? The Shure SM7B, the greatest mic on the planet. On the planet. What's up, Simono? ETC is killing it today. I saw that. It's weird. Didn't expect that. All right, we're going to close up this poll here. 125 votes. ETH and Link are actually kind of neck and neck. It could be decided. Could be changed. You don't see Poo Coin in the polls. That's true. You don't. You don't see the Poo. I don't know. Avesma, I already answered you. I'm going to type it. There you go. All right. Yep. Ethereum pulling ahead. Ethereum now 41% to Link's 37. You guys, Ethereum or Link? Gonna close the poll. All right. We're good on the spammins. Thank you guys for participating. It looks like ETH is gonna win here, though. All right. I mean, I'll pull up the ETH. I kind of want to look at Link now, too, though. Simply because no one has asked to see it. No one's asked to see it. So, to me, that means something's probably happening. I'll pull it up also. We're going to look at Ethereum first, though. 162 votes, not bad. Not bad. Let's readjust this chart. Boom. Ethereum. I wonder what the volume looks like here. Nice. So this is on the hourly. I'm just going to do first impression here. This, I think we were even speculating about this. Very much an Adam and Eve bottom. Adam pretty clearly seen right here with this V-shaped and higher volume reversal in price. And Eve, this is a technical pattern in Adam and Eve. I know it sounds silly. Pretty clearly displayed here as well. This is a rounded bottom, and we see that volume is actually very low. And those are really the only conditions for an Adam and Eve reversal bottom. They can also be a double bottom, and it almost was. That's actually one of the best. It's one of the clearest Adam and Eve reversal patterns that we've seen in crypto in quite some time. But this is on the 1 hour, so don't write home about it just yet. Let's zoom out and get a bigger picture. So it isn't just Bitcoin. That's right. It's not just Bitcoin closing its monthly. It's not just Bitcoin closing its quarterly. So is everything else. So their quarterly closes are going to be important to look at as well. So Ethereum in better condition than Bitcoin on its 5th green quarter. Let's see. Looking to close in the next 1 day and 3 hours above 1919. If it closes below 1919, then it will close a red quarterly. It would be nice to keep this green quarterly. However, with that really tall top wick, this is not the prettiest candle. Gonna be honest, not the prettiest candle. Let's we're gonna start from scratch on this guy. Remove drawings. There we are. Let's zoom it back out. I'm just real quick gonna throw on just these levels here. Boom, boom, there it is. 1920, I guess. For some reason that's changed somehow since I just looked at it. There it is, 1919. That is going to be its important quarterly close value. Higher would be better. You don't want to have this huge top wick, but above there, at least you're closing green. Ethereum, slightly lower low, similar to Bitcoin. However, with a day and 3 hours left, it's much farther away from closing June green. That's a 22% move to the upside. If you remember, Bitcoin only 3% currently. Only a 3% move to flip June to a green candle for Bitcoin. And Ethereum, 22%. Now that's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Certainly not. No, I think he got deleted. Oh well. Not out of their own possibility, and if Bitcoin does see a climb, especially up to that 48.8, I would expect, yeah, Ethereum could easily make a 22% move on Bitcoin's kind of like 3 to 5, something like that. Monthly, we're gonna see resistance at 2,776. Pretty cut and dry chart there. Ethereum really begging for a stronger close here with now potentially its first monthly waning by momentum candle here. We can see that on our MACD, this dark blue candle. Would be much better to close with increased momentum versus May. Only 27 hours left, not a lot of time, but it is possible. It is possible. We'll have to see some moves from Bitcoin for sure. Let's see. I'm actually going to take... I'll leave it. I'll leave it. These weekly and monthlies are so close together. When we zoom into the weekly, Ethereum is actually closer, or no, Ethereum is struggling for that weekly bullish engulf. We're watching for Bitcoin to close its weekly in 5 days, bullish engulf. That would be a great sign. However, that's going to happen after the quarterly close. And I'll be honest, guys, I'm not bearish on Ethereum or anything, but this right here, this looks way more like a top than Bitcoin. Yeah, this looks like a blow-off top. I don't think it is, but this looks like a blow-off top. We have that sharp rise, boom, 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 that just smashes straight back down. Bitcoin doesn't have that. It had multiple tests of its highs, chilled out at its highest price point for 2-3 months. So this is more threatening in the sense of this potentially could look like a top. Could. But Ethereum really has put on so strong of gains. Such strong gains that, well, maybe a little retracing wouldn't really even be terrible for it, and maybe we've already seen the worst of it. Really coming back to backtest that January, February price point at 1919. I would like to see that hold into the close here of the quarter and of the month. Doesn't look too shabby, man. Momentum, just like Bitcoin on the weekly, right? Or maybe not. Let me see. Getting confused. No. So these are actually starting to trade opposite. You can see Bitcoin here, very similar, except looks maybe farther ahead than Ethereum. For weeks had increasing selling momentum until the end of May. And since June has started, we've seen that weekly selling momentum start to wane off. Now, it hasn't rolled over. It's not even really close. But that's very different from what we see on Ethereum here on the weekly, where it has not yet put in a waning momentum candle. So it's interesting because they were trading really kind of side by side, and now we might be seeing that diverge a little bit. That could play in really solidly with our projection on Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance fell really hard. Took a long time, but it fell really hard. And it didn't bounce until recently. And on the next big Bitcoin move, we're going to expect Bitcoin dominance to rise again. Don't worry, not forever. It's actually a good thing. It means that you are likely to find strong long positions on alts when Bitcoin dominance rises. You guys love your alts. You might be able to get more of them. That would really line up. That'd line up well. RSI not going to show us much. Yeah, no divergence there, unfortunately. Into the day. Let's check this out. And the daily touching our daily and weekly resistance here. You can see back here. Lots of candle closes, lots of wicks, lots of touches. If it can break through on the daily, close above 2,210, I'd be looking for 27.76. Yeah, that would be very likely. Positive buying momentum on Ethereum. However, I'm going to be a little skeptical here because we saw this happen on the 15th. I need to see a few days. I need to see a few days of consecutive growth, not just once. We saw on the 15th it was a trap. I don't want to see that happen again. So we're going to have to really maybe wait it out on this one a little bit. A little bit. Man, this is interesting. Ethereum's chart, I haven't looked at it too much lately. I've really just been waiting for Bitcoin. This is interesting chart. What is this here? Could be a W. W's are not very good, though. People really like W's. They're not super bullish. W's. Let's see. Our 0.5 retrace, where we would expect price to retrace to, sitting right there at that 27.76. The 618 at 3,050. Those are both pretty good targets. If we could see a continued rally here on Ethereum, those are both really good targets, actually. Let's see one more factor here before we move on to the links. Oh, not what I wanted. There it is. Okay, cool. So Ethereum is actually where we're expecting Bitcoin to go. So this white moving average here is actually the 20 weekly. We are viewing it on the daily, but we can see that 20 weekly just above resistance here that we touched today. Ethereum's very close to its 20 weekly, whereas Bitcoin very far away. That's up at 48,000s. So arguably that could make Ethereum more bullish. However, it's going to have that same threat that we have on Bitcoin here. We see Ethereum move up to that 20 weekly and reject, especially if we see that low broken, that's going to be very ugly. That'll be very ugly. This, for me, would be my get out of Ethereum signal, probably. Looks like trading under 1,700 after testing the 20 there. I would feel very uncomfortable with any not deep-rooted position in Ethereum if we see that play out. So that might look something like this. That would not be good. However, I am going to put the probability in favor of testing that 0.5. I haven't. I bought a new fancy bed, and the lady just messaged me, how do I turn this bed off? Giggity. Giggity, giggity. Let me see if I can do that for her from here. It's priming. You can't. No. You can't turn it off while it's priming. Oh my god. Well, I'm not reading that now. I think she just said it's leaking. That's going to freak me out. Oh my god. That bed better not be leaking. Oh my god. Oh man. That would be a disaster. The one thing I bought from all these mad gains in 2020 better not be broken like a month later. Oh, all right. So I'm still putting the odds here on the test of the 0.5, possibly even the 618. If we see Ethereum break through its 786 retracement, so that's 3,569. Nice. Then I'm going to be looking for higher highs. I'm going to be looking for a new all-time high. We're going to do a little bit of moon math. We're going to move to Link as that bed may be leaking, and I'm going to be pissed. So if we take our highest point in price, we haven't been doing this a lot, which was in May, and our lowest point in June, and apply our Fibonacci retracement tool, that gives us some real fun numbers. 7,830 and 11,003. 11.3. Those would be great. However, we aren't there yet. Still haven't passed the 20 weekly. That's going to be not an easy task. And then we have to beat through this 0.5 and 618 retraces. So actually, this is a pretty good chart to look at. Really good timing as price is just now approaching that 20 weekly. What we're waiting for on Bitcoin. Pretty cool. We're going to take a peek here at Link. And, oh God. Is it really leaking? Is there water? Oh my good. Let's remove all of our drawings. Get rid of this MA. And let's zoom out. So Link. Uh-oh, we're dropping frames. We're dropping frames. No. Probably because of the bed. Bed leaking, dropping them frames. That'd be bad. Looks like maybe we're stable again. So let's plow through the links here. Quarterly resistancing at 29.41. Does not really look in danger of testing its previous quarterly open at 11.23 at this point, but it's going to be an important value, so we're going to leave it there. Zoom it on into the monthly. Zoom it on into the monthly. We see monthly resistance above 38.10, and to flip Link to a green candle, $32, pretty much flat. Is that farther or less? That's a 61% move, so even farther away than Ethereum. I wonder why people are so excited. What's happened here? Similar to Ethereum, though, we do see the previous consolidation level before breaking out to a new all-time high back tested. So if we do get a bounce, we do get a new high here. That's actually really healthy. Ethereum, similar. Just need to see that happen first. And that would that's at $15.57. That would be a decent entry if you get the chance. Let's throw this bad boy up here and look at our RSI. We are going to see some bullish divergence actually on the monthly, provided that we don't trade down to $8 sub 10. That seems pretty likely. To be honest, that seems pretty likely. To the week. Weekly, similar to Ethereum. This chart is actually really mirroring Ethereum the more I look at it. We see the same thing. Momentum on the sell side has continued.
Mom, are you sure she is not just trying to get you to join her instead?
Giggity.
Just a thought.
Maybe. Probably. Let me see. The more I look at Link, the more it looks like Ethereum. Remarkable similar. Oh, floor. I was sitting on the floor in the bed and I thought I'd sweat it. I smell peroxide. Oh my god. This $5,000-$6,000 bed might be leaking. Zen. Just zen, right? Just be zen. Alright. It is coming off a double bottom here on the weekly and monthly, but momentum has not rolled over yet. It has not waned. It could still happen here with 5 days. This is closer than Ethereum, at least to having that. It does have a similar blow-off top-ish look to it, but this is actually looking more to me like a descending wedge. Could be descending channel, and typically we look for those to break to the upside. I think the only issue I have here with Link is, well, you already did back test your 618. You can see that right here. Well, maybe not, because now there's a lot of lines. Let's get rid of it. You can see right here on the 24th of May weekly, and actually again on the 31st, the last 2 weeks of May, it did already back test at 618. That's what we're looking for on Bitcoin. I wonder where its 20 weekly is. I bet it's in a surprising spot. I bet it's surprising. The answer may shock you. Okay, so it did. Ooh. Lost the 20, back tested the 20 and the 618. This is the exact move we're looking for on Bitcoin. The 20 weekly and the 618 retrace, same level, and rejected. Now, this double bottom is the only thing keeping it bullish, in my opinion. Do not want to see a trade below 15. I don't want to see these lows break. Same thing we were looking at 1700 on Ethereum. I'm seeing at 15 here on Link. If Bitcoin picks up puts some fire under its butt, I don't think either value will be broken on Link or on Ethereum. And we don't know yet. Man, I'm going to flip out about this bed. And if we do manage to retake that 52 all-time high back in May, our measured move targets are pretty spicy. We'd be looking for 113 for our 1,618, and for our 2, which is what we call the measured move here, 183. 183. This would be some silly targets, right? That's about a 10x. Certainly not impossible. Certainly not impossible, but it has a long way to go. We have multiple resistances above us layered between 29 and 32. You can see that here, a lot of consolidating. You have the 20 weekly right in that zone, and you've already tested it. That's what I don't like. Don't like that you've already tested it. However, man, that 15's got to hold. If that 15 doesn't hold, Link's going to look real ugly. Similar to this. Similar to what it already saw, actually. So that's maybe not the end of the world. To me, that's pretty similar looking. Get rid of that. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, hopefully. That's what we're looking for here on Link. That actually seems kind of characteristic of Link. We've seen him multiple times. We're going to peek on the daily. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, sure, honey. Unplug it. It doesn't matter if it's leaking. It's not going to stop it from leaking. Oh, my. Oh, my. Smash that like button. Smash that like button for my super expensive, potentially ruined bed. Rest in peace. Oh, God, I hope she's wrong. I hope she's wrong. I hope the dog peed or something. Oh, please. You have a weak bullish divergence here on your double bottom. Daily momentum is now on its second day. But to close here in an hour and 45. Second day of increasing momentum. So that does separate it from Ethereum a little bit. It is testing its 20 daily here. This would probably be a bad spot to reject. Probably a bad spot. Okay, I would be looking. On a break of the 20 daily, I'm going to be looking for the more local retracements. Probably 25.50 would be a solid target. That looks about right. Where does, just out of curiosity. Yeah, down to like 11. Okay. Yeah, Link. All right. You guys are the best, man. Leak in bed. Oh, no. Yeah, what's up, Shadow? Good to see you, brother. No, it's not a water bed. It's the 8 sleep bed. And so it's not a water bed. It's like a water grid. There's, maybe a gallon of water in the entire thing. It's not a water bed, and thank God. But according to the lady, it's probably leaking, and that's very bad. So, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to roll. I gotta see this bed. It's really expensive and potentially leaking. Love you guys. We're gonna be live again tomorrow if anything happens, so tune in, jump in Discord, links in the video description. Make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribed. I love you all, and I will catch you, if not tomorrow, on the first week of the month. We're gonna be streaming a ton. Also, check out Patreon for the start of the month. I haven't showed Patreon in like 3 weeks now. Check out Patreon. Best time to sign up is going to be July 1st. Get the most value for your buck by doing that